Which movie title becomes the most ridiculous when you add vs. Predator to the end of it? Lolita vs. Predator. Actually, that changes nothing. Same movie. Little Women vs. Predator, the story of four sisters growing up in the Civil War, finding love and their place in the world, as they defend their country home from a hunting party of unstoppable alien killing machines. Problem Child vs Predator. Three Men and a Baby vs. Predator. Mary Poppins vs. Predator. Kramer vs. Kramer vs. Predator. The Princess Bride vs. Predator. Yumi and Dupree vs Predator. My Cousin Vinny vs Predator. Kindergarten Cop vs Predator. Ms. Doubtfire vs Predator. Precious, based on the novel Push by Sapphire vs. Predator. Titanic vs Predator. The 40-Year-Old Virgin vs. Predator. The Godfather vs. Predator. Kung Fu Panda vs Predator. Alien vs Predator vs Predator. Forrest Gump vs Predator. Precious, based on the novel Push by Sapphire vs. Predator. The Man Who Killed Hitler and Then the Bigfoot vs. Predator. Paul Blart, Mall Cop vs. Predator. Home Alone. It now sounds like he's trying to avoid some kind of pedophile. 101 Dalmatians vs Predator. Kung Fu Panda vs Predator. Smurfs vs. Predator. Will be interesting to watch. Godzilla vs. Predator. I'd actually love to watch that. John Wick vs Predator. Mean Girls vs Predator. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory vs Predator. Now there's a movie. The Human Centipede vs. Predator. Terminator vs Predator. We know who wins this battle. Predator vs Predator. Jason vs Freddy vs Predator. That might actually be an interesting toss-up for who would win. Backdoor Sluts 9 vs Predator. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly vs Predator. Because the Predator wants the $200,000 as well. Ford vs. Ferrari vs. Predator. Groundhog Day vs Predator. Could actually be interesting though. Predator comes to Punxsutawney and Phil Connors has to relive it over and over again until he finds a way to get the girl and defeat the alien. Scott Pilgrim vs the World vs Predator would be a fun watch. Borat, Cultural Learnings of America for Make Benefit Glorious Nation of Kazakhstan vs. Predator. Shrek vs. Predator. Sounds like some YouTube shitpost. My Left Foot vs. Predator.